name is Devlin. I write young adult fiction, and to learn more about me, you can feel free to visit my website at writerdevlin.com. But I am very excited to present to you today my chat with my friend and mentor, Trisha R. Thomas.
I started writing Nappily Ever After while I was teaching. I was actually teaching 7th grade language arts. But the kids were so mean to each other, and they were still teasing the girls that didn't have their hair completely straight and the pressed and everything, and calling them nappy-headed this and nappy-headed that. And I said, I cannot believe we're still doing this. In this day and age, they're still talking about, the pecking order of whether your hair is straight or whether it's long or whether it's, even the color of your skin, how all of that played in. And I just started thinking about this character who grew up with all of that. So, that's basically how Nappily Ever After became my first book. I had written other stuff. I wrote a mystery. It was horrible. She buried her husband in the backyard, and I didn't know, how deep he was supposed to go into the ground. There's so many things wrong with the story, so many things. I've gotten way more comfortable with speaking the story, telling the story that I want to tell. Of course, when I first started writing, I was, just free falling and saying what I wanted to say. But as time went on, I started getting cautious with the story because the reader is just so important, and the feedback was so important that I was almost following the script of what does the reader want to hear or what does the reader want to see. And I almost was limiting myself. We make mistakes and then we do better, and that's the way I feel with my writing. I'm going to make, a few missteps, but every time I put out another book, I feel like I hit it. I hit the note that I wanted.
All right, Trisha, you're sitting here very modestly, but Oprah Magazine featured your work in one of their issues.
My agent told me that Halle Berry was interested in optioning the book for film.
The Halle Berry?
The Halle Berry. And I didn't believe it. I thought, okay, this isn't happening. And maybe 2 weeks later, after I just pretty much forgot about it, I opened up that magazine, and it was a picture of Nappily Ever After, and Halle Berry had written about the book and how she wished she had Nappily Ever After when she was 15, her 15-year-old self, because it would have cured a lot of the insecurities that were going on when she was a teenager.
Wow.
And so I was so excited, and that's when I believed Halle Berry was really interested in making the book into a film.
What advice would you give to others, aspiring writers trying to get published?
The best advice is to read a lot and to write when you're not reading. It's a natural inclination to think you don't have time to read because you're writing, but when I write, I'm usually involved in a good book.
Trisha, we are here in your writer's lounge. How cool is this?
This is where the magic happens.
The magic, indeed. Can you tell me, what is it like when you come in here? What is your writing process like?
Mostly I rush up here when there's something just beating through my head, like you've got to tell this story, you've got to write this scene, and I'll just come up and close the door and just start tapping at the keys. And then there are the days when I don't feel like writing, and I just come and sit for a minute and wait till Venus or whichever characters I'm working on start talking, and I can hear them decide what they want to do and how they want to do it. But it's a slow process. It takes a year to write a book. I was told by a university professor that I wasn't cut out for writing. Maybe I should pick a new profession. And that was when I was first in school. I was a freshman. I was excited, creative writing, my first chance at having someone read what I wrote that wasn't my mom. And it crushed me. So I went into a different direction. I started in marketing. I got my Bachelor of Science in Marketing, Business Administration. And I just would not pick up a pen. I would never, I was like, I'm not going to write anymore. But the thing I realized after reading Terry McMillan, Elin Harris, Eric Drum Dickey, was that we have to write in our own voice. It doesn't have to be Shakespeare. It's got to be your voice.
And I want to say thank you to all of you guys for watching this interview, for joining us today, for enjoying the time like we did. Feel free to go wherever books are sold and pick up this latest book, Nappily and Tango, and join us in conversations on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, wherever you can find us. Till next time.